One of my favorite museums in all of Italy is the Galleria Nazionale di Parma, or the National Painting Gallery of Parma. It contains one of Italy's most important collections of Renaissance paintings. Let's go on in and take a look. The gallery contains the spectacular 17th century Teatro Farnese. But in reality, the structure that you see around me is a 20th century reconstruction because the original was all but destroyed because of an Allied bomb in 1943. The gallery houses several masterpieces by Parma's most important homegrown artist, whose name was Antonio Allegri, better known as Correggio, who I believe deserves to be up on the Olympus of great Renaissance artists, along with Leonardo and Michelangelo and Raphael. And what you see here is a detached fresco by Correggio, which was once in the apse of the Basilica of San Giovanni Evangelista. Another of Correggio's masterpieces here at the gallery is the Madonna della Scodella. Scodella refers to that pan that you see the Virgin Mary holding in her right hand. It was painted in the 1520s, and it depicts this unusual subject of the Holy Family resting on their way back from Egypt. And in fact, you'll notice that Christ is a little bit older than we normally see him in these scenes. You can also find Correggio's celebrated Madonna of Saint Jerome because of the presence here of the Doctor of the Church with his ever-present lion, who is presenting his Vulgate, his Latin translation of the Greek and Hebrew Bible, to the Virgin Mary, upon whose lap we see a Christ child and this exquisite figure of Mary Magdalene filling the right-hand corner of the painting. These two paintings by Correggio are displayed in the same room because they both came from the same chapel inside of the Church of San Giovanni Evangelista, which was the Del Bono Chapel. And the painting to my right shows the martyrdom of 4 saints. It's a bit disturbing because we see this ecstatic martyrdom of the 2 saints in the front of the painting and these disembodied heads on the right-hand side instead. The other painting instead is a lamentation, and it is almost overpowering with its emotion. And you can see why many believe that Correggio was in fact a harbinger of what would later become the Baroque style. Parma was also home to another celebrated Renaissance artist by the name of Francesco Mazzola, better known to the world as Parmigianino. And Parmigianino was heralded as the new Raphael after the death of Raphael in 1520, but later in his life suffered from a type of PTSD. And in fact, many of Parmigianino's paintings are quite odd. This one is one of his most celebrated paintings, the Turkish Slave as it's known, because of a misidentification of that particular hat that she's wearing as a turban, which in fact is not a turban. But you can see the peculiarity of her face, of her expression, of the elongated fingers that you see, which are all elements of the style known as mannerism. There is this beautiful 15th century panel painting by Fra Angelico, depicting the Madonna in child with an arrangement of saints down below, John the Baptist and Paul to the outside, and this rather unusual image of Saints Dominic and Francis holding hands. But the gallery's greatest treasure is this small painting attributed to Leonardo da Vinci. It is known as the Scapigliata, which literally means the woman with the disheveled hair. We're not certain the provenance of the painting, why Leonardo created it, or what it was for, but we do know that it carries the same sublime beauty which is typical of all of Leonardo's works. And you can finish your visit to the National Gallery here in Parma with a stop in this spectacular library, or biblioteca, as we call it in Italian. So if you're in Parma, be sure to stop by the National Gallery. And I'd like to thank my friends Carmela and Vito, who were so gracious to accompany us through our visit today. And remember to like this video and to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Rocky's Italy, so that you don't miss out on any of this great content that we're filming here in Italy and publishing weekly.